So, what's next for the UAW, and how long can each side really keep this up? Joining me now to discuss is former UAW President Bob King. Bob, thanks so much for joining us again today.
Good to be with you, Shayna.
So, you've been with us many times over the past several weeks, and you have said repeatedly that the ball is in the automakers' court. Where do you think things stand ahead of this next deadline tomorrow?
Well, it still is. I mean, I was on the picket line for an hour and a half the other day. It just makes you so angry talking to members. One member I talked to had been working for Ford for 18 years until he reached top pay. 10 years as a temporary. They have really, in my opinion, General Motors, Stellantis, Ford, have all exploited and abused the workers. And workers are angry. And the company tactics of setting up the separate operations to do batteries to diminish the job security of our members and engines and transmission plants, they've really begged for a strike in many ways, in my view. The American public should be really upset with these companies. They've made these huge profits. They've raised, I think, an unreasonable amount the price of cars just in the last 4 years, 30%. They have caused this strike. They're going to cause whatever pain there is in the economy. And I hope that the public opinion and support stays as strong as it has been, which I think it will, as long as we keep informing them of the facts. And the companies have to do much, much better than what they've done.
So, as of now, only about 9% of UAW members have walked out. What is the mood and what is the energy? Do you think that they have it in them and have the willingness to stick this out for the long run?
I absolutely do. I probably talked to couple hundred people on the picket line. They're all committed to stay in the fight until they get a really good contract. They really it just gives them back what they gave up to save the companies. That's what's so frustrating to me. I was there. Members made these huge sacrifices. And how did the companies forget that? How did they forget who it was who saved them when they were in trouble and who is making their profits now? Who makes the great quality vehicles that they produce? It's the UAW members. And the companies need to remember that, and they need to put a far, far better offer to those members and to the leadership.
So, Bob, if you don't mind, let's discuss this stand-up strike strategy that's underway. Of course, only 3 plants of the many plants across the country are on strike right now, specific departments. It wasn't really designed to be a devastating blow right off the bat, was it?
No, well, no. I mean, we're hoping the companies will come to their senses. We'll hope that they see how committed the membership is, and that we can get an agreement that will be beneficial to our membership, to society in general, as President Fain has said so many times, that helps the working Americans. So I'm still hopeful that they'll come, and they won't have a long protracted strike, but they should know from people who've been out on the picket line, the membership, if they have to, every person I talked to said, if I've got to stay out here a long time, I'm going to. I'm not willing to go back in under the conditions I've been in.
Do you have any reason to believe that somehow we're going to hear about a deal with any of the big 3 in these next several hours and potentially this strike could end that early?
Actually, I have no idea. I support what the union's doing, but I don't talk to them on a daily basis. I don't know what's going on, at the table, and I should. That's up to the leadership. And Sean's done a great job, in my view, of keeping the membership informed, regular meetings. He'll do Facebook Live tomorrow to give the members an update. No president, including myself, has anywhere near communicated as often and as strongly as President Fain has.
Yeah. What else can you tell me about that? Do you think this will be how the UAW operates going forward? A lot has been said about Fain's style and how it has differed from past presidents, including yourself.
Yeah, well, I think that he's captured the spirit of the membership. I've said it over and over again. My view of the world, Sean is not saying what he does agree with it, of course, but he is reflecting what he has talked to members. He's been out for months and months and months at workplaces all across the United States with UAW members, not just in auto and aerospace and ag amp and in state employees and private sector, public sector employees, everywhere. He's been talking to members and he knows the frustration level. We see the same thing at Blue Cross Blue Shield. Same basic issues. Fairness. You got a CEO there making $16 billion and workers having different tiers and long growings. It's just wrong. It's morally wrong the way employers are treating Americans. That's why I think there's so much support for the UAW and for the Blue Cross workers, because good Americans know that the workers have not been treated fairly and they want to see workers treated fairly.
How do you feel when you see other UAW members, like down in Alabama? It's a separate contract fight they're involved in, but in solidarity, how does it make you feel to see this apparently rising up in other places in the country?
Yeah, I'm so proud of the UAW membership. I mean, of the solidarity, these caravans that you were just reporting on, the spirit on the picket line. The fact, to me, what's really impressive is how strongly the 30, 35, and more seniority and work members support their younger sisters and brothers. They're as passionate and as adamant about getting rid of tiers as the younger members are. And they're all really united behind needing COLA. Again, this is just recouping what we gave the companies to save them, take them out of bankruptcy, GM and Chrysler, and keep Ford from going into bankruptcy. The executives, the shareholders, the gold suites, they have to remember what these workers have done for these companies.
Well, Bob, as always, appreciate your time so much. This is former UAW President Bob King. We will hopefully talk to you again soon as we continue our
Thanks, Anna.
coverage of this strike. Thanks, Bob.